Everyone, my name's Alex, and today you're watching Earth TV, the only station that brings you full information on our own Earth. Today we're talking about the subject of water conservation. Here we go.
Hey, it's Paige.
And I'm Carmen.
And today we're going to talk about water conservation. Water conservation saves money, protects drinking water sources, and minimizes water pollution and health risks, and saves energy used to pump, heat, and treat water. These are examples of an easy-to-do water conservation system. Rain is an easy-to-capture drinking source that costs almost nothing to save and turn into a free source of drinking water.
Other ways to conserve water include taking short showers, turning off the sink while brushing your teeth, only washing a full load of laundry, washing your clothes with cold water instead of hot water, and turning off the shower while you're washing your hair. Nearly 2 million people die yearly of drinking dirty water, but if we have our own sources, we can give water to more needy people.
Next, we have our correspondent Wesley interviewing a Davis staff member.
Jones. You may know me from the Daily Davis News Show. I'm here to talk about Mr. King to ask him questions about water conservation. So let's hear his thoughts. What do you think about water conservation, Mr. King?
What I think about water conservation, Wesley, I think that it's an interesting topic to learn about, and I think that when people learn about it, everybody wants to do their part.
How would you conserve water?
Well, actually, at my house, my daughters they're in elementary school, they were just learning about water conservation, and the way that we conserve water at our house is that we're all very aware that when we're brushing our teeth, for that middle part, while you're actually brushing your teeth, you can turn the faucet off so that you don't waste fresh water.
Based on what you know about water conservation, what do you think is the easiest way to conserve water?
I think that one that we do at my house with brushing the teeth, I think that's pretty easy, and I think also rain barrels.
What advice would you give to those who want to start conserving water?
My advice would be for people to think about what's an easy way, but something they can change in their life that's something easy to conserve water, and to go with that.
Thank you, Mr. King. It's been an honor talking with you.
Great. Thank you, Wesley.
Average 10 gallons per day of your water footprint, or 14% of your indoor use, is lost to leaks. Short of installing new water-efficient fixtures, one of the most easiest, most effective ways to cut your footprint is by repairing leaky faucets and toilets.
If you use a low-flow shower head, you can save 15 gallons of water during a 10-minute shower. Nearly 22% of indoor home water used comes from doing laundry. Save water by making sure to adjust the settings on your machine to proper load side.
And now we have another correspondent interviewing another Davis staff member.
Miss Kane, what do you think about water conservation?
Deoncia, I think water conservation is important so that we don't abuse the resources we've been given.
What do you think would happen if we ran out of fresh water?
I think a lot of us would die because we would have nothing to drink, and that is something that we need. So if we ran out of fresh water, there would be fights and riots and death.
Okay. What do you think is the easiest way to conserve water?
When I brush my teeth, I turn the water off in between rinsing my toothbrush off. I also think that it's easy to conserve water if you're watering the lawn or something like that. I think that you should not water your lawn during a drought because grass isn't really that important and it's all superficial anyways, and we should conserve water for people who actually need to drink it.
That was a very nice answer. How do you conserve water in your home?
In my home, when we're washing dishes, we turn off the water again between soaping up the dishes, and the thing that I mentioned earlier about the toothbrushes.
Okay. And now for my last question, do you support water conservation, and why do you or don't you?
Of course I support water conservation because our environment is important and we only have one Earth, and as of right now there's no other place for us to live, so we need to take care of our planet.
Thank you, Miss Kane.
You're welcome, Deoncia.
Water conservation is really important because we need water to live. Only about 3% of the Earth's water is available for our use. So in order to keep that water, we all as humans should come together and conserve as much water as we can.